Hi, I'm Matt Hubbard, and this is my PBL Part D final video. So I'm going to start this video off with my overview of this semester in the class and how it's gone for me and just those kind of things. So um, for me, I've probably seemed pretty anti-technology during class, but really I think technology is pretty vital to education for most subjects at least. It has the potential to make classrooms more interesting, which um, helps a lot with the increasing ADD, ADHD, and the lacking attention spans that just keep growing less and less among children that are growing up today, and the later generations coming after us. Technology, while I don't believe is as effective in math, while it still can be used for many different situations, it does work very well with almost every other subject that I can think of. Um, and if used in the right way, in the right system, with the right, the proper motivation and support, technology could potentially revitalize the industry of education. As a class, I enjoyed, a lot of the class as a whole, at least. I knew how to do basic technology aspects, and with my computer or whatnot, because I use technology every day. Using it right now to record this video. But technology is definitely something I'm very much into, and this class kind of introduced some new programs and options technologically for me. I still use the Symbaloo Internet Web Organizer thing that was one of our assignments this semester. Was we had to set that up um, on the computer, and so I still use that. If I open up Google Chrome, the first thing that pops up is the Symbaloo, and it's got all the sites and stuff that I want to use. Um, so moving on to technology integration, or integration of technology into the classroom, to me it means basically the use of technology or technology tools in different areas of education, and it helps students apply computer and technology skills to learning, critical thinking, and problem solving. Um, Generally, the goal is for the curriculum to drive the use of technology and not letting technology run the classroom, not letting technology actually um, dictate what a teacher teaches. So, getting into my actual PBL demonstration slash project or whatnot, um, what I chose to do, it was a project design for freshman, maybe sophomore level algebra, and it's revolving around world population, or rather world overpopulation, as our planet is, if not already, getting very close to being overpopulated for what the planet and its resources can handle. Um, so basically, I wanted to relate that back to exponential growth, and obviously exponential decay on the opposite side of that, but more focusing on the exponential growth part, because it relates to our world population. And so getting into the different forms of assessments, um, obviously the three types are the pre-assessment, the formative assessment, and the third stage is the summative assessment. And so the pre-assessment, obviously before, it's used before the lesson even starts, so that teachers can kind of have a guide for how much their students know, or what their students already know, and what they still need to learn on the subject. Pre-assessment is kind of difficult for my subject, math, and most students don't have any clue, going into a new class or a new lesson in the class, what that lesson is going to be about. But just some examples on pre-assessment. There's journal prompts, there's written responses, structured class observations or class discussions. And so For what I chose, specifically in regards to overpopulation of our world and different ways that's happening or how it can be fixed or whatnot, I chose an open class discussion. I'm giving facts and letting them respond however they feel is necessary. For the formative assessment, the formative assessment is there to guide learning, and it helps teachers kind of adjust their lesson plans mid-unit and helps them just modify what they need to do in terms of how quickly and how much their students are taking in. It also kind of allows students to actually be a part of the assessment process itself. Um, some types of formative assessments are quizzes, portfolio reviews, drafts, samples of work, whatever it may be, like art or music or whatever, might use work samples. And then the common ones are exit slips, where a student gets a prompt and they have to write an answer. In math, they get a question and they have to solve it. And and then they give it to the teacher on their way out. That's how they get out the door that day. For me, I chose a pretty common one that is used frequently across all subjects. It's quizzes, because quizzes are very helpful and they work very well with math subjects. The third type of assessment is called the summative assessment, and those are basically high stakes tests, projects, final assessments that they evaluate what a student has learned after everything, after all of an entire unit. And basically what happens is the scores are used by teachers for the next time they teach that unit, whether that be next semester or next month, next year. Some types of summative assessments are midterms, there's final tests, final papers, end of course exams. For art students, it might be, the final drawing or painting or project, sculpture. And for music majors, it might be a senior recital, or not necessarily a senior recital, but just like a end of the year recital or whatever. For me, I chose a graph portrait presentation because I want students to be able to do a graph of our exponential growth, over the next 100 years for our world's population. So basically, as an overview for my PBL project for this semester, I basically wanted to tie in a real world situation with planet overpopulation into a math lesson, because honestly, many students are finding it hard to understand or want to even try to understand or enjoy math. And I understand that math is difficult. It's one of the more difficult subjects, especially once you get further progressed through the education process. So I just kind of wanted to adjust for that and try to adapt to that, and hopefully bringing in real world examples and problems to the math class can help do that. So thanks for watching. This is my presentation.